What petty rule did your landlord enforce that destroyed their own property? My landlord knocked on my door holding a freshly printed notice like it was a winning lottery ticket. New building policy, he announced, chest puffed out with authority. Tenants are forbidden from performing any repairs. Everything goes through my approved contractor. His approved contractor turned out to be his cousin Vinny, who I later learned charged triple market rate. I don't want tenants making things worse, he said, looking at my toolbox with disgust. Touch anything and you're evicted. For 3 years, I'd been the previous owner's secret weapon, preventing disasters for $200 monthly cash. Even replacing faucet washers? I asked, already knowing this would end badly. Especially plumbing. Licensed professionals only. I shrugged and put my tools in storage. Your funeral, I thought. I wasn't just some helpful tenant. The previous owner had paid me $200 monthly under the table to prevent disasters. I knew this building's quirks and its dangerous secrets. The bathroom faucet needed new washers every 6 months or the threads would strip. 4 weeks after the new rule, I heard the dripping start. Called Vinny as required. I'm booked for 3 weeks, he said. The drip became a stream. Threads were stripping exactly as I knew they would. Below, Mrs. George and Mr. Garcia, both in their 80s, complained about water stains spreading across their ceiling like cancer. Just get someone else, I told my landlord. Vinny has an exclusive contract. Nobody else is authorized. 6 weeks in, the entire valve assembly was destroyed. I noticed the hallway floor starting to bow from water damage, right above the load-bearing beam I used to check monthly. The Kit George disposal had a bent blade that needed realigning monthly. Now, don't touch it, my landlord warned when I reported the grinding. Vinny finally came. Needs full replacement, $800. While waiting 2 weeks for parts, food backed up into both sinks. The smell attracted roaches. Mrs. George's home health aide found her crying, terrified of the insects swarming her medication bottles. The second floor toilet flapper was defective, needed adjusting every 2 weeks or it would run constantly. Vinny's assessment, whole toilet needs replacing, $600. It ran continuously for weeks. Water bill jumped from $300 to $900. More concerning, I heard creaking from the bathroom floor joists that hadn't been there before. The basement door lock required graphite powder monthly in winter. That's specialty locksmith work, Vinny declared. 2 weeks later, the lock failed completely. The basement flooded because nobody could get in to check the sump pump. $10,000 in water damage. The foundation wall showed its first hairline crack, invisible unless you knew where to look. I knew. Other tenants started complaining to the city. 3 moved out, leaving empty units. By late fall, 22 work orders were pending. The bathroom faucet was spraying water. The disposal had corroded the pipes. The constantly running toilet had caused calcium buildup in the main line. All toilets were backing up. Mr. Garcia, who used a walker, fell trying to reach his building's only working bathroom on the second floor. The seized basement door meant nobody could access the water heater when it started leaking. 20 gallons of water per day, straight into the foundation. The crack widened. I could fit a nickel in it now. Then winter hit hard. The building's old radiator system needed monthly bleeding or pipes would freeze. Vinny didn't even know what radiator bleeding meant. The third floor radiators froze first. Tenants started using space heaters, overloading circuits. Breakers tripped constantly. Mrs. George spent a night without heat or power, her oxygen machine dead. The city inspector arrived after multiple complaints, found 47 violations. The building was groaning now, a sound only I seemed to notice. My landlord called me, desperate. You could help. That's against your policy, I reminded him. Day 29 of the city deadline. Nothing was fixed. Vinny had completed exactly 3 work orders, all wrong. The bathroom faucet he patched with putty exploded at midnight, flooding all 6 units. The water hit the electrical panel. Massive short circuit. Power died building wide. The frozen radiator pipes burst in sequence like dominoes. Water poured through every ceiling. The backup from the clogged main line sent sewage into ground floor units, straight into Mrs. Nguyen and Mr. Petrov's apartments. Health department arrived at dawn. Immediate evacuation ordered. While everyone scrambled to gather belongings, the weakened foundation from months of water heater leakage caused the basement wall to crack. Structural engineer condemned the building on the spot. The elderly residents were carried out on stretchers, their homes destroyed. My landlord stood there watching his investment crumble. The other tenants filed a class action lawsuit. The city issued fines totaling $75,000. Insurance refused coverage, citing negligent maintenance. The final tally was $400,000 in damages plus $75,000 in city fines, and he lost